Hey Buffs, this is Kaylin, and on our last episode of BuffTV for the year, we have an awesome lineup to close things out. First, we have a quick recap on our multicultural rally, then asking our seniors what their next plans are after high school. We then have a spotlight on Miss Tolbert and a PBIS spotlight. Then we dive into our baseball playoffs, and to end things off, our seniors take a trip back to the past as they open up their 8th grade letters. Let's take a look.
I think I was proud of, it was such short notice, so I think that it came together pretty nice. There was some difficulties in the beginning of the assembly, or before it started, but it came together at the end. I think that the assembly turned out pretty well. I think it did touch a lot of people. A lot of people were congratulating others for their performances, and I think it went really well.
I feel really honored to be able to have the opportunity to be in the dance that I was in, to show off my culture and represent what Polynesia is all about. The most important part of the dance for me was when I was walking out and I was able to see my family in the crowd cheering and crying. It was really a proud moment for me, and it was a bittersweet one knowing that that's my last performance as my senior year is coming to an end. The kind of impact that I hope to leave on Manteca High was one that was memorable and that could hopefully get the Poly Club far within the next few years, and I can't wait to see it prosper.
Salutations, MHS. My name is Misha Levchenko. I'm a senior at Manteca High. I've been going here for 4 years, and I'm a 4-year student athlete. So my plans after high school, I'm going to be going to, Delta Junior College for, a year and a half, and then after that transfer to Stanislaus, and then try to get into their, nursing program, and then eventually end up as a nurse practitioner in family medicine. I want to go to Delta because it's local, it's really cheap. I feel like, honestly, it's one of the better options for me because I can you can go through a junior college at your own pace. It's just it's not, this X amount of years until you graduate. It's how many credits until you graduate. And if I want to graduate quicker, I can really just load up a bunch of credits and try to absolutely blast through it as quickly as I want. And I feel like, going to Delta and then transferring to Stanislaus, I feel like that's just ultimately the cheapest and the best decision for me and for my future family. Honestly, I just want to be an MP because, it's been kind of instilled in me and my family. Being a nurse runs in the family. And also I want to be able to have that, one-on-one conversation with, not patients, but guests, right? I want to be able to interact with these people and really care for them. I think my biggest supporter inspiration through high school has probably been my friends. I would say my family, but I don't necessarily feel the pressure from them because I come from a place of, money, and they always guaranteed that even if I didn't want to, do great in high school, they would promise that, they'd pay for my college and stuff like that. But I think the friends and the people I decided to surround myself with really, helped me strive for something better. They helped me strive to be a better, student athlete. I think the highlight of high school has got to be hanging out with all my friends, meeting all these new people, meeting, my girlfriend, incredible people who I would, love to surround myself for the rest of my life if, God decides to bless me with that.
I've been at Manteca High since 2013. I was a teacher at St. Anthony's School. I really liked spending time with high schoolers, having some influence over them, the different communication and relationships you could form. I actually started coaching first, and I liked the connection with kids, so I went back to school and became a teacher. I was a paralegal before I became a teacher, and I did that from the time I got out of high school for about 10 to 12 years, and I didn't enjoy it. What made me switch, I always wanted to be at the high school level, so when a job opportunity arose, I was quick to apply.
And if you go anywhere in the world, where would you go?
I would go to Norway and take my daughter and granddaughter because they love Elsa, and see the fjords and the northern lights and everything it has to offer.
Encourage students to have the correct behaviors on campus and therefore get rid of the behaviors we don't want to see. And so if we are rewarding the positives, we're less likely to have the negatives. So PBIS is broken up to 3 tiers. So this year we are Tier 1 Silver, which is the highest we could be with Tier 1. Tier 2, which consists of like the cost team, Tier 2 interventions, basically on a deeper level. And the highest you can apply for is gold on Tier 2, which is what we're applying for, and we met all the necessities to do that. So we had to have certain percentages at different aspects of it. So we had someone come and she just went to random classrooms and she had to see certain things in those classrooms, and we had to hit a percentage in those classrooms, and we did. The one that she says almost no one ever gets is seeing the awarding of points like in that minute. So, I mean, she was here for 2 to 3 minutes per class. So like you're not gonna see, here's 5-star in 2 to 3 minutes. And we actually had 2 teachers in the classrooms do it. So like we got 20%, but we needed a higher, but we were good everywhere else. And the fact that she even saw any of it was good. So we were able to apply for that. We won't know until the summertime if we for sure got it, but again, we hit all the marks. I did the application, I submitted that with the evidence, and so fingers crossed everything will go well and we'll get it. We went from people barely knowing how to use a 5-star app just because they weren't familiar with it to I would argue probably 99% of students or teachers are using it. Our lowest percent of student population with the app is like 75%, and that's just the older grades, but we think that's maybe because it was later introduced to them. So the hope is, as time goes on, we'll continue to have a high percentage of kids using it. I think our Herd store has been very successful this year. We've had over 3,000, last I checked, redemptions. Which is a big deal, and so that was a huge part of getting those donations, getting that funding, being able to have a whole lot of different things. We are leaps and bounds above other schools when it comes to the Herd store. A lot of them only have like certain things they can get, and then like once you get one, you're done. Whereas we have continual, you can get this, you can get this, you can continue buying. So it's been a lot of work, a team effort, and to be able to apply for gold just shows that effort that we've put in for consistency and making sure we are following the PBIS method. With the school year winding down, please do not forget to use all of those Herd points because they will expire at the end of this school year and they will start again when we start in the fall. The Herd store, the last day to redeem is the 20th of May and the last day to pick up is the 21st. So please, 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 please make sure you're picking those up either at lunch in my office here in the attendance office, or you wait for delivery in 4th period. But if you don't have a 4th period, you got it.
They welcome me great, so being able to come in here and start here, first game, first playoff game, it's great.
I thought it went really well. Jeremy pitched a great game for 5 innings right there, set the tone for us, and then of course Brody came up in multiple situations with a big home run. He's laying out, making plays. You know, as a freshman, super exciting, setting the tone for our team.
First, do you still play Roblox? Do you still play on our gaming laptop? Are you still golfing? If so, have you gotten under 90 on 18 holes? If not, then keep trying to get under 90.
Dear Riley, how's it going? It's Riley from 8th grade. Being in 12th grade now, have things changed, and how have you grown?
Have you decided to get a VR headset or not? Was it worth it? Do you play on it a lot? Do you still listen to the fat rap music while doing homework? Before I end this letter, I want to ask you some questions. Have you succeeded on getting your dream job?
No, I'm not a voice actor, Riley. It's not gonna happen.
Are chili dogs, burritos, and Taco Bell still your favorite foods? I still don't know what I want to be yet. Have you decided?
Is your room clean? No. I know it's probably not, but for the first time ever, mine is clean right now. Well, that's all. I hope you cried with all the memories that came back like a semi-truck. I did not cry, but what was that?
From Dakota Murillo. Why are you out here?